Money has a smell. Not everyone notices it, but those who grow up around it do. It smells like polished floors, quiet footsteps, and people lowering their voices when they talk to you. It smells like gates that slide open without sound and cars that never break down. It smells like power. That was the smell surrounding Nadia Stone from the day she was born. She was the only daughter of Richard Stone, one of the youngest self-made billionaires in Nigeria. Oil, shipping, real estate. His name was whispered in boardrooms and feared in business circles. But inside the tall glass mansion where Nadia lived, there was another smell hiding beneath the wealth. Jealousy and wickedness. Nadia was 17 when her world began to crack, but the seeds of that crack were planted much earlier, on the day her mother died. She had been just 7 years old then, still small enough to hide behind her mother's legs, still young enough to believe the world was kind. Her mother, Elena, was gentle, the type of woman whose voice could calm a storm. People said she softened Richard, made him human. Then one rainy night, Elena didn't come back from the hospital. Nadia remembered sitting on the staircase, hugging her teddy bear, watching men in black suits walk in and out of the house. No one explained anything properly. By morning, her mother was gone, and the house never felt warm again. For 3 years, it was just Nadia and her father. Richard tried. He really did. But money had trained him to solve problems with contracts and transfers, not hugs and bedtime stories. Then Vanessa arrived. Vanessa didn't walk into their lives quietly. She entered like a storm-wearing perfume. Tall, slim, always dressed like she was attending a business dinner, even at breakfast. Her smile was sharp, practiced, never reaching her eyes. To the world, she was Mrs. Vanessa Stone, the elegant wife of a billionaire. To Nadia, she was something else entirely. From the very first week, Vanessa made it clear that Nadia was not welcome. Not with words, with actions. "You're too old to be clinging to your father like that," she once said casually while adjusting her bracelet. She replaced Nadia's nanny. She changed her school. She moved her bedroom farther from the master suite. Little by little, Nadia was pushed into the corners of her own home. And Richard? He didn't see it. Or maybe he chose not to. Vanessa was sweet when he was around. She laughed loudly at his jokes, served him food herself, called him my king in public. But when he travelled, which was often, Vanessa's mask fell. And what replaced it was something frightening. "Remember," she told Nadia one evening, her voice low and calm, "this house is mine now." Nadia was just 10 then. She didn't understand the full meaning of those words. She would soon. By the time Nadia turned 16, everyone in Lagos knew her face. She was beautiful in a quiet way. Soft eyes, calm confidence. The kind of beauty that didn't beg for attention, but received it anyway. Blogs called her the billionaire's angel. What they didn't know was that angels can bleed. Vanessa hated everything about Nadia. She hated how people compared her to Elena. She hated how Richard's eyes softened whenever Nadia entered a room. She hated the trust fund documents locked in the private safe. Documents that stated clearly that Nadia was the sole heir to the Stone Empire. Vanessa had no child of her own, and she wanted everything. At first, her wickedness stayed small. She accused Nadia of disrespect. She reduced her allowance. She made her do things no rich child should be doing. "Discipline builds character," she would say with a smile. Then it grew darker. Vanessa began whispering lies into Richard's ears. "She's becoming rude. She ignores me. I think she's mixing with bad friends." Richard started looking at his daughter differently, and that hurt more than the insults. But the real danger began the night Vanessa overheard a phone call. Nadia was speaking to Richard's lawyer about her inheritance, about her turning 18 soon, about control. Vanessa stood behind the door, listening, her nails digging into her palm. Something snapped inside her that night, something dangerous. Because in her mind, there was now only one obstacle between her and everything she wanted: Nadia. And in old folk tales, when jealousy meets power, blood is never far away. Evil rarely announces itself with noise. Most times it comes smiling. Vanessa planned it patiently. She waited for a day when Richard would be out of the country. Dubai, meetings, contracts, billions moving hands. She even helped him pack. "Don't worry about anything," she told him, kissing his cheek. "I'll take good care of Nadia." The smile she wore after his car drove off was not human. That evening, she called Nadia downstairs. "Let's bond," Vanessa said sweetly. "We don't do that enough." Nadia hesitated. Something in her chest tightened. But she followed. They drove toward the outskirts of the city, where the roads became lonely and dark. Vanessa said she wanted to show her a new property. Halfway through, the car swerved violently. Nadia screamed. The car crashed into a shallow ditch. Airbags exploded, glass shattered. When Nadia opened her eyes, her head was bleeding. Her vision blurred. Vanessa was already outside the car. Perfectly fine. "Help!" Nadia cried weakly. Vanessa looked at her and smiled. "If you die here," she whispered, "they will call it an accident." She walked away. But fate, like old folk tales always remind us, was not done with Nadia. A passerby stopped. An Okada rider. He pulled Nadia out. She survived. Barely. And that night, while lying in the hospital bed, Nadia realized something chilling. Her stepmother didn't just hate her. She wanted her dead. If you're enjoying this story so far, please subscribe to this channel for more powerful folk tales like this. Also, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? Nigeria? UK? Us? Your support keeps these stories alive. When Richard returned and heard what happened, Vanessa cried. Real tears. "I almost died too," she said. "The car lost control." Richard believed her, but Nadia didn't. From that day, Vanessa's madness stopped hiding. She locked Nadia in her room. She reduced her food. She changed her medication after the accident. And when Nadia complained, Vanessa laughed. "Who will believe you?" she said. "The billionaire's wife or the confused girl?" Servants noticed strange things. Vanessa talking to herself. Vanessa burning photos of Elena. Vanessa whispering at night. They began calling her crazy behind her back. But no one dared speak, because crazy people with power are the most dangerous. The second attempt was quieter. Dinner. Vanessa cooked herself, something she never did. She watched Nadia eat. Halfway through, Nadia's throat burned. Her stomach twisted. She collapsed. This time, the doctors confirmed it. Poison. Vanessa blamed the cook. The cook was arrested. Nadia survived again, and that was when Vanessa lost control. Vanessa entered Nadia's room at night, knife in hand. Nadia was awake. Fear froze her body. "You're a curse," Vanessa hissed. "You took everything from me." Just as she raised the knife. Sirens. Richard had returned unexpectedly. Security stormed in. Vanessa screamed. She claimed Nadia attacked her. But this time, there was evidence. CCTV footage, audio recordings, hospital reports. The truth spilled like blood. Vanessa was arrested. When they dragged her away, she laughed. "Even if I rot, you will never be happy," she shouted. Nadia watched silently. She felt no joy, only exhaustion. Richard broke down. He begged his daughter. Nadia forgave him, but she changed. She moved out. She took control of her inheritance. She started foundations for abused children. She refused to become bitter. Vanessa died in prison. Alone. Mad. They said she talked to walls until the end. Folktales say wickedness always eats itself. Today, when people tell this story, they say, money cannot protect you from evil. Wickedness hides in beautiful faces. And patience can save your life. Nadia Stone became more than a billionaire's daughter. She became a survivor. If this story touched you, subscribe, share it, and tell us, where are you watching from? More dark, powerful folktales are coming.